3.7 stream did finally end, and today I'm here with my regular recap video, taking you, the viewer, over everything you need to know for the stream and what is coming in 3.7. There might be some errors in me talking or me stumbling over my words because I'm not going to edit this. I'm trying to get it out as soon as possible, so do forgive any mistakes. Anyways, be sure to subscribe for more videos like this, check the description to join the Discord, and let's get straight into it. So version 3.7 is coming soon, as tomorrow became yesterday. So we do have the new quest. Of course, with every new chapter or version, whatever the hell, there's going to be a new Trailblaze mission, and we are of course getting the final Amphorius patch. This is going to be the conclusion to the story. This is where we face off on the big boy Iron Tomb, or against him, not on him, what the hell. But yeah, so this is going to be what concludes the entire story. I really hope they don't fumble because, you know, a bad ending can end up ruining everything. We do have a new cinematic map looking thing. I mean, it looks very, very cinematic. Like, look at all this stuff. I didn't take every single screenshot because obviously there'd be too many, and there's just a bunch of stuff going on here. This straight up looks like something from Warframe, bro. I don't know. I can't think of the map on the top of my head, but this literally looks like something I played on in Warframe. So they did go a little crazy on that. And we do have another thing right here, which this is related to Finon. I don't remember exactly what they said, but this is like some stuff that Finon has been doing. And it's a very tragic map because it does represent different parts of his memories. So you can see stuff that is more coded that is related to like a Chrysos hair and such. Like there's stuff that looks generic, obviously. There's stuff that kind of represents like a Noxa. More stuff that we'll see here in a second. I don't really know who this would for. I have to think this could also technically be because, you know, like the board there and all that stuff. There's one for Mita. You'll see it in a second. This one's obviously Cypher and such, and this one I don't know. And then there is, yeah, this one right here. This is what I want to say. Mita. This is literally his little crystal stuff. So this map is like really based on like stuff he has experienced in his life. Very, very sad. We're practically going to be going through his like own experiences, and different parts of the map are going to reference different Chrysos heirs. Literal try not to cry challenge. We'll see how that goes. This is going to be spoilers. I took a little iffy screenshot here so you can't tell who it is. So if you don't want to know Iron Tomb spoilers, 3, 2, 1, this is going to be the new boss. Iron Tomb is the main big bad boss we are going to be facing off on, and we do see some gameplay here. I took some screenshots, not every single frame obviously because I can't do that. Big attacks here, not the highest quality. Because unfortunately, YouTube doesn't really let me do that, so there are some screenshots as we're slowly going by here. Big attacks, really, really flashy attacks. I don't really know if I like his design too much. You could really pass him off as like another elite enemy and I'd believe you, but the attacks are really cool. Like whatever the hell is going on here, this is just like, you know when we got the Flame Reaver cutting Amphorius in the animations and that was like, what the hell's going on? This is just that, but like 5 times worse. What is happening here? Like, he's about to pierce Amphorius with this, whatever the hell that is, and then there's a bunch of symbols in the back further out rather than just Flame Reaver. This just looks absolutely insane, so I don't even know. So we are also getting a enhancement to Trailblazer. This is free. This is not like something you unlock if you just pull for Cyrene. This is going to be something that everyone gets. It's going to be a new trace you unlock, which is going to enhance their basic attack. I don't actually remember the conditions to use it, but you pretty much would go with Memir and you slam the book on him, and it does a lot of damage. Of course, it's a stealth version, obviously. And then Cyrene herself, the character. So there are a few screenshots I took here when they were showing her off. You know, very pretty. Of course, not the strongest character kit-wise. But nonetheless, a very pretty character, as we do see Cyrene. She is an Ice Remembrance character. If you've been living under a rock and you do not know that, I did also take some screenshots. I'm just going to close these right here, obviously, and then I took some screenshots otherwise. So that's just her in battle. She can buff people by existing. Her basic attack is just like a regular arrow shot. Her skill puts up this little field thing, which is going to buff everyone on the team. Her talent does this big thing where she's able to fly, and if it's not her, it's going to give a speed boost to everyone outside of the battle. So if you pop the technique and then you switch to, let's say, someone like a Noxa, he's going to be able to run faster. Pretty much just taking like Cypher speed or like Zayle's speed in their talents, or not talents, techniques, and then you're just running. Kind of like that. You pretty much are just giving it to everyone. So W movement, honestly. And so we obviously have more here. We do see she has a unique ult. Once you get 24, you are able to activate it. The first one will take 24. Once you activate it the first time, she does this big animation where she like goes through a door, going through all recollections, reaches for the ring, and then she like does like a little twirl, and then boom. First time you cast it, it does take 12 charges, but you need 24 to activate it the first time. And the first time, it gives everyone ultimate. As you see, previously they didn't have ultimate, but now they do. And then in these little crystals, it doesn't show it here, but it would be the teammates you have here. So like Castrus would be right here, Evernight would be right here, and then Hyacinth would be right here, and you can buff them. When you are having her ultimate active, you are able to get an enhanced basic attack. So the basic attack regular is now enhanced, and you get this AoE basic attack to use instead. And when you do choose someone to buff, you can select them. She like kisses the planet. It does like a big like cinematic reveal, shows the character, sweeps the wind, and then she does like this little wink. Long animation. I know people are going to get tired by it. It looks really cool, but trust me, people will get tired by it, how long it is. It's actually insane. And there is going to be a little UI here where you are able to see what every Crisis Heir gets, because if you don't know, her ultimate buff is able to provide a unique buff to every single heir. Everyone gets a different one, like Finon gets crit damage based off over capped core flame stacks and is able to permanently stay in his ultimate, while Noxia gets 100% action advance while also getting 3 instances to his skill hits, and also skill damage, I think, or attack, or both. I forgot which one it was. You pretty much are just able to go through, select which one you want, see what buff they gain, and if they're not a Crisis Heir, I think they just get like a regular damage increase. That's about it. And obviously, you don't have to actually always buff them. Like, you can have everyone have a buff on your team, and then later on, you can use this attack right here, where she'll do this, and then when you do use it, she does an arrow shot. If you're a Honkai third player, you probably cried when you saw this animation, because, you know, she shoots, big animation, does good damage. And now, finally, the banners. So, as we do see, we have Cyrene. She is actually going to uniquely be on the entire patch, so she lasts until 3.7 ends, pretty much. She is in the first half, that's when she comes out, but she lasts until the second half ends, so she is available throughout the entire update. The 4 stars are Moze, Lynx, and Pela, and the light-cone ones are the one, I don't even remember any of these names, I'm not even going to try, to be honest. The one that's good for Hyacinth, the one that's good for like a DPS Aventurine, and the one that you use for like a 4-star cope on Acheron. That's the best way I can describe them. So the reruns are Hyacinth, Castrus, and Tribi. So they are literally rerunning Castrus' entire team almost, because Evernight just reran. You could literally just run that full team, to be honest, and you'd be literally be able to clear everything. It makes sense, but it's really funny they release Cyrene and then rerun Hyacinth and Tribi, who have more priority. Because they kind of just do her role, well, more Tribi, she kind of just does her role as a Harmony buffer, but better. Only really getting beat out of, like, the Remembrance Castrus team, and that's like, about it. And it's not even, like, that big of a difference, especially E1 Tribi. So, very, very brutal patch. I, myself, need to pick up Hyacinth, probably her E1 and her Lycon. I don't know what I'll do after that. But then Phase 2 is going to be a triple rerun as well. Although it is the same 4 stars for some reason, so I don't think they changed that. So we are getting Finon, Cypher, and finally Mira. He is finally coming back. So again, Cyrene is going to be the regular banner that is available throughout the entire update, while the first half is the ones I mentioned, Hyacinth, Castrus, and also Tribi, and then once the 3 weeks go up, they are going to leave, and then these 3 banners are going to be added, while Cyrene is still available, so that's how it's going to work. There's going to be a new trailer with, like, the Stellaron Hunters and stuff. I'm pretty sure it's a Mirai Celestia from what they said. It's also going to have a animated thingy that you can just wait to see in-game for Cyrene, so I recommend just waiting for it and just watching it in-game. It'll be more impactful. So again, there's just a lot going on here, and you can also have Bronya. This is an example. They had Bronya summon Cocolia for an attack. So I don't even know what's going to be happening in this mode. Fushuan just pulls up and has everyone in the animation. Follow-up characters can have enemies do follow-up attacks to help as well. Cypher has an insane amount of stacks. Also, what in the living God's green earth is this team? Honestly, it could be optimal. They said it's going to... I can't think of the word. It's going to promote more diverse team buildings and not like general stuff like you usually would do. Danen gets like a thing where he consumes like a bajillion skill points. This skill point galore team. Sarija needs skill points to keep the buff up. You got 3 skill point trainers. I don't even know, bro. It looks really fun though. It's going to be an addition alongside Simulated and Divergent Universe. Again, as it's a permanent mode, there's going to be these kind of rewards you can get. There's going to be stuff like here, like it has its own unique page, so you need to do both now. Here's the schedule if you do care about that. And there's also going to be a new actual optimization where you no longer have to do only 6 runs and then repeatedly. You can just do all 24 runs. So 240 stamina, you would just go ahead and do it. Now the cap is 300, so it's a bit different, but I guess they did it with 24 in mind as 240. So for traces, you can just do all 24. For relics, you can do all, I can't think of how many. But yeah, pretty much you're able to do a lot of runs at once now rather than just 6. There's going to be a Trailblaze fashion thing where you can get a little accessory. There's different ways to get them. There's a cat one. There's like an Aglia little thingy. Not actually a little thingy, but you know what I mean. Anyway, so there's different ways to get them. There's the gift of Odyssey as we get every single patch. There is going to be an addition to the shop. Being Topaz, I would be a lot more excited. I love Topaz, but really no one should bother with this because Topaz is just not worth picking until she gets buffed. Oh, by the way, as you can see right here, everyone is getting a free Golden Companion Spirit. So everyone, just like when Anniversary happened, where you're able to pick Rod, Mayor, Locho, or just hoard it, that's going to happen again. So you can hold it again. And as was previously rumored, there is going to be a spending event. You can get Tears of Dreams, a modeling resin, whatever the hell that is, and then another one, a dice, a Golden Companion Spirit, and a bow skin for Cyrene. So they are locking that behind a paywall, which is really funny. As you see here, you can like swap to it. I didn't take the best screenshot, but yeah, you can swap to it there. There it is. Boom. I don't remember if it changes animations and such, but yeah, it does work. There's going to be a new fan art program. Looks really funny. I probably will actually tune into this because I am very curious to see what happens in there. There is a new event here, of course. Stack and Dash, another co-op event where you are able to play with other people in the world, I guess, and then you kind of can get stuff like here. They didn't really elaborate on it too much, but you kind of just race across a track. Not like race, but it's like a little thingy that you would like move down, and there's like holes you could fall under. Unfortunately, I didn't get the best screenshot, and there is this. The Relic Recon event, where you are able to get these cards from just playing in the update. You are able to pick a character and then see it will show their optimal stuff here, and you are able to just quite literally spam free enhanced 5-star relics. So you are able to get free enhanced 5-star relics. If you get a duplicate at some point, like here, there's 2 ropes, you can choose which one you want to keep. So in this case, you would just choose the better one. Once you do choose it, obviously it would be registered there, and then eventually you'd be able to pick all 6. And whatever ones you picked, you were able to claim. So we can get a very, very godlike build for a specific character throughout this thing. Which I don't even know how I'm going to use it on. Honestly, I want to get a win set, but we'll see. There's 2 new planet ornaments as well. One of them is going to be the best in slot for Cyrene. The other one is for skill point related things. I can't remember what they do in the exact top of my head. But they are relatively strong. And there's Planet Fisher and also Garden of Plenty. And that is the final slide. That brings this video to the close. If you did watch fully, I do appreciate it. Let me know what parts you guys are hyped about, and I'll see you later. Peace out.